Most people think surgeons are born with insane photographic memories. They're not. They have the same brain you do, same limits, same distractions. The difference? They use a system that makes forgetting extremely difficult. And once you understand this system, you'll realize something. You were never bad at studying, you were just using the wrong method. If you're serious about upgrading your study game this year, I put these high-performance learning systems into my ebook called How to Build an Exceptional Memory. It's a step-by-step blueprint so you're not guessing anymore. If you want structure instead of chaos, you need it. Link is in the description below. 1. Compression. Here's your first problem. You're trying to memorize everything separately. Your brain can only hold a small number of items in working memory at once. When you overload it, you feel overwhelmed. That's not stupidity, that's cognitive overload. Surgeons don't memorize isolated facts. They compress information into patterns. Instead of seeing 15 random symptoms, they see one diagnosis. Instead of memorizing disconnected ideas, they build mental maps. This is called chunking. It reduces chaos. If you can't explain how ideas connect, you don't understand them, and you'll forget them. High achievers ask one powerful question: how does this fit into the bigger picture? Start doing that, and your memory improves instantly. If you're done memorizing randomly, comment pattern below. But understanding once isn't enough. You still have to lock it in. 2. Active recall. Most students reread. Yes, it feels productive, but it's not. There's something called the illusion of competence. When you reread, it feels familiar, so you think you know it. But recognition is not memory. Surgeons close the book and test themselves. They force retrieval. They ask questions. They teach it out loud. They write it from memory. It feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is the signal that learning is happening. When you struggle to recall something, you strengthen the neural pathway. When you get it wrong, your brain flags it as important. Mistakes aren't failures, they're memory boosters. If your studying feels easy, you're probably not learning much. If you're ready to stop rereading and start training, comment recall. But even testing won't save you if you ignore this next rule. 3. Sleep is the save button. You can study perfectly, but if you don't sleep, you erase progress. Memory doesn't solidify while you study, it solidifies during sleep. That's when your brain transfers information into long-term storage. No sleep, no save. All-nighters feel productive, but they destroy retention. Sleep isn't weakness, it's memory consolidation. High performers protect sleep because they understand it's part of the system. If you're done glorifying exhaustion, comment save. 4. The algorithm. Here's something most students don't realize. Forgetting is normal. Your brain is designed to forget. Over 100 years ago, Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered something called the forgetting curve. It shows that after you learn something, your memory drops fast. By the next day, a huge percentage is gone. That's not a motivation problem, it's biology. Surgeons don't fight this with longer study sessions. They fight it with timing. Instead of cramming for 5 hours once, they review information right before they're about to forget it. That tiny moment of struggle locks it in deeper. This is called spaced repetition. Small reviews, perfect timing, repeated over days. 15 minutes daily beats 5 hours of panic. High achievers don't just study more, they study on schedule. And here's the powerful part. You don't need more time. You need better spacing. If you've been cramming before exams, comment space. It's time to stop studying in bursts and start studying strategically. But there's one final piece that separates the good from the elite. 5. Deliberate practice. Most people practice the whole thing over and over. Read the whole chapter. Do the whole assignment. Repeat the entire process. That feels productive, but it creates plateaus. A psychologist named Anders Ericsson studied elite performers for decades. He discovered something powerful. Experts don't practice everything. They isolate weaknesses. They find the exact step they're bad at and drill that. One stitch, one formula type, one weak topic. Immediate feedback, instant correction. That's deliberate practice. It's uncomfortable because you're attacking your weakest areas. But that's where growth happens. Even experienced surgeons bring in coaches to watch them operate. Why? Because you can't see your own blind spots. The fastest way to improve is to expose your weaknesses, not avoid them. Amateurs repeat what they're good at. Experts train what they're bad at. If you're ready to stop practicing randomly and start improving intentionally, comment focus. Let's recap. Surgeons don't memorize everything because they're gifted. They compress information into patterns, test themselves constantly, protect their sleep, review at the right time, practice their weak points deliberately. It's not about grinding harder, it's about building a system. And if you're a struggling student, listen carefully. You are not behind because you're dumb. You're behind because no one taught you this. If you're already high achieving, this is how you separate yourself permanently. And if you want a step-by-step blueprint that puts all of this into one simple system, that's exactly why I created my ebook. It breaks this down into a practical structure you can apply immediately, not theory, but implementation. Link is in the description below, because knowing this isn't enough. You have to use it. Surgeons aren't superhuman, they're systematic. And once you become systematic, it almost feels like cheating. If this changed how you see studying, comment system. And I'll see you in the next video.